Hey Paisanos, it's the Retrocore Classic Game and Music Show. Once again, I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday gaming style. Okay, first things first, I need to do a little bit of updating, if you will. As you might have noticed, Retrocore hasn't done an episode in 2 weeks. That's okay. We're not dead. Just think of it as our little vacation, if you will. Life's happened, been busy, work, I'm not gonna lie, new Super Mario Brothers Wii came out, been playing that, and as you may have known, I've been planning a Boy and His Blob comparison for the show, and I have to finish the Wii version, and I'm almost done, so one more week should be good, so expect us back next weekend in full force. Um, Another announcement, the website Unnamed Gaming, you can check out the website unnamedgaming.com. Um, they want to do cross promotion, and I have no problem with that. And I'm hoping, to get on their website. So wish us luck, and hopefully you'll see us there. Let's see. Wondering if there's anything else before I get us started. Um, well, if there is, I'll pop in and say it then. So the first track here is, of course, from Chrono Trigger. And it's actually one of a request of Brian Henry because he guessed the last song right, but I'll get to that when that time comes. But this is one of the songs he actually requested, so I'm knocking it out of the way at the beginning because it actually came up next in the Chrono Trigger. So this is from Chrono Trigger 600 AD or Wind Scene. So there you have it, Brian Henry. One of your requests. The rest will come when I get to that part of the show. But that was 600 AD or Wind Scene from Chrono Trigger. One of my favorite tracks, actually, too. So, hello. There's my cat Socks, if you didn't hear. And I'm sure you'll hear him in the background as he likes to bother. I'm sorry. Coming up next is a Sega Genesis track, actually. From a probably not so well known game. This is a game I had as a kid called Greendog, the beached surfer dude. The track name is Curacao, and yeah, it's just a fun kind of. It's just a platformer, but it takes place on the Caribbean islands or something like that, Jamaica, southern kind of vacationy places. Yeah, and then I just got some random. This show has some variety. So expect some and the next couple from Nintendo, some Sega, Super Nintendo, even some PlayStation. So variety this show. I'm your host, Sexy Lips, bringing you some tunes of yesterday. Curacao again from Greendog kicked us off there, a Sega Genesis game, followed by Level 1 theme from Snake, Rattle, and Roll on the Nintendo. Gotta love that game. And the last one was Transylvania from Quackshot, starring Donald Duck, on, again, the Sega Genesis. Yeah, I ripped a bunch of Sega Genesis music this past week, so that's another thing I've been doing, is busy trying to get more different music for the show. You know, it's just been kind of off the wall. I've been running around working. New games have come out. Like I said, New Super Mario Brothers Wii came out Sunday after work. It's basically what I did. Just the reason there hasn't been a Retrocore basically is I've been unprepared. And it's all going to be back next week. I promise. Promise you all. I'm sorry for the letdown if, people's been waiting, so. But at least the music show's been on tack, right? I mean, this is just easy to do. I mean, I'm not going to lie, so, I mean, there's really no point not to do it unless I'm just extremely balls to the wall busy. So, alright, well, coming up next is, I can't remember really. I want to say Metal Gear Solid, maybe. Some music from that. Ooh, yeah. I know there's a lot of you people out there that like Metal Gear, so. And then, yeah, just some more randoms till we get to the requests. So, I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday, gaming style. Oh yeah, one more thing. I want to apologize for my breathing and my nasally voice, because I know I sound horrible. I can't say it's a cold, because I've had it for over a month now, so I'm guessing it's allergies. I need to go to the doctor. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I know you might hear me breathe sometimes, or I know I sound congested, so that out of the way. Here's some tunes. Blast Furnace from Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation started us off there, followed by Act 3 from Ikari Warriors on the Nintendo, the ending theme from G.I. Joe, and lastly, Treetop Rock from Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. Alright, folks, we're at the halfway part of the show. This is where I do the plugs real quick, so check out Sober's podcast at gamesociety.podomatic.com. Send him emails at gamesocietyradio@hotmail.com. Tell them Retrocore sent you. Also check out Retrocore, that's us. Retrocore.podomatic.com. Also on vagary.tv and iTunes. Hopefully soon we will be featured on Unnamed Gaming. So I'll let you guys know. Check them out at www.unnamedgaming.com. And looks like a pretty good site, people. I mean, they cover today's stuff, the old stuff, and they have it, sectioned off in different categories, podcasts, videos, all that good stuff. So, looks good. Let's see. Well, yeah. It's time for requests. Jennifer, aka Poison Peach, never sent in her request for she guessed Cool Spot a couple shows back. She told me today she was going to send them, and she never did. So, we'll get to her some other time, but Brian Henry, he guessed the last song. And like I said, I played his Chrono Trigger at the start of this show because it just so happened to fall in place that way. But he happened to guess this song right from last show. Here's a quick reminder. So yeah, Brian Henry, he gets that song right, which turned out to be The Dam, Stage 2, from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on the Nintendo. So congrats goes to him. Already played your Chrono Trigger song, and next up on his list was Sagat's theme, or Sagat, from Street Fighter 2. He suggested the Super Nintendo version. While I don't know what version this is, it's still his theme. So, here we go. Sagat's theme from Street Fighter 2. So that audio sounded pretty terrible, so I'm guessing that was the Sega Genesis version. Sorry, Brian, I don't have the other one, so hope that works for you. Next up on your list is Terra's theme also known as Awakening, from Final Fantasy VI. Or if you're a noob and you don't know anything about Final Fantasy, it's Final Fantasy III to us US gamers. But that's all jokes, and it's really Final Fantasy VI. So here we are, Terra's theme, as requested by Brian. Good stuff there. I forgot how good Final Fantasy VI music really was. So, thank you, Brian. Next up on your list, you requested Stage 1 music from Starfox, which is Corneria. So, here we go. And as for his last song, he wanted a Ninja Turtles track from the Manhattan Project. I thought I had that soundtrack, but I guess I don't. So Brian, you might have to send that to me. I know you said you have it. So that would be it for his request, minus that one. Now it is time for you guys, the listening audience, to tell me what this next song is from. So people, guess this song. Two clues on that one. I think it's annoying, and I don't like the game much, and it was reviewed on a past Retrocore. So, that's all you get. Coming up next is a segment that you might have thought I forgot about, but no. It was just put on hold because, of course, the last one was all Mario music. But the one before that, I got new soundtracks, so I wanted to share them with you. Which more of those will come on future shows. So, expect more of those. But what I'm talking about now is the Sonic segment. I said I was playing all the main music from each game. Well, we left off at the start of Sonic 2. So, I'm going to pick it up. Because Poison Peach, aka Jennifer, or vice versa, she is going to review Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on this upcoming Retrocore. So, I'm sorry. So with that, we are going to start with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 music, starting off with Emerald Hill Zone. There you go, folks. The first 3 levels of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Emerald Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, and Aquatic Ruin Zone. For the longest time when I was a kid, I thought that just was Aquatic Run Zone. I don't know why. I'm stupid. Yeah. Um, this show is actually going to be shorter than the others, but that's okay. At least it's here, right, folks? Um, I got one more song before I get into the then and now, and I'm going to share another song from Greendog, the beach surfer dude. I loved this game as a kid. This is another one of those random games that my parents just bought and brought home because they were awesome. So, here we go. I think the name of it, I don't know. I'll tell you after. But it is from Greendog, the beach surfer dude on the Sega Genesis. Wow. I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits yesterday gaming style. Copter was the name of that one. That's it, from Greendog. Yeah, good game. Go check it out if you haven't played it, because I know it's not very popular at all. So now we're at the end of the show. Time for then and now. Pick a track from the old days and play a newer version, be it a OC remix or whatever I find laying around the internet. This one is from Dr. Mario. The track name is Fever. That's the original. And then I will play a new version by good old Brentalfloss. Yes, Brentalfloss did Dr. Mario with lyrics. So, that's what we're going to do. I love Brentalfloss. His CD is coming out soon. Expect extended, Expect extended versions of the songs and all that good stuff, and more songs. So, if you're a Brentalfloss fan like me, support him and go buy the CD. Alright, folks, here we are then. Enjoy. I have been your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits yesterday, gaming style.
am Dr. Mario and I am saving lives. I look different in this game.
I lost my hat, got a coat, Dr. White stethoscope.
I am Dr. Mario and I prescribe high fives. Latter 3 best medicine, so
You fell down.
in the Mushroom Kingdom, I'm the finest dog by far. I got my degree by watching House and Scrubs and ER. Brightly colored pills, they'll cure all your ills. Just as long as you've got fever or the chills.
Take off your pants. Good. Now let's see. Turn your head and cough. Okay, now do me. Please?
Does it hurt to pee?
No.
Is it hard to see?
No.
I am diagnosing you with HPV.
You've got mononucleosis, halitosis, scoliosis. 15 days is my prognosis. You need red and blue pill doses. You've got scabies and phlebitis, chronic rabies, hepatitis. You'll be brave and you'll unite us. Then you'll die of meningitis. Wait. I'm wrong. You have crabs.
Brightly colored pills, they'll cure all your ills. Just as long as you've got fever or the chills.
I take it, Floss.
Dr. Mario.
Shoopy-doop-tap, Scooby-Doopy-Tee-Tap-Doop. Shoopy-Doopy-Tee-Tap-Doop. If you get the dreaded swine flu from your cousin Steve,